I mean, I know a guy named John Johnson.
Those are kind of weird names though, like Frankson.
What? That's not
Tom Thompson.
Frankenfurter.
Frank Frankenfurter.
like that's not even a name.
I do have a cousin in Alabama, Mississippi. His name's Bubba.
Bubba.
Yeah,
Like
Bubba
that's his
and
actual
Ginger.
legal name.
Yeah,
Not
Bubba
their
and
nickname.
Ginger.
Oh.
There was somebody in Sweden that they tried to name their kid Vladimir Putin, but you have to go through the government to approve the child's name. And the government said, no, we're not going to approve that. And I was like, thank God, because
Yeah, I know.
you just saved that kid like years of torture.
Hey, Tootin' Putin.
That, right? I mean, every time I say Vladimir Putin, Putin. Flatulence are funny.
It's about that time, boys.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Oh, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther. Coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas. We've got another phenomenal show for you here on episode number 63. We've got our buddy Ben Ryan. You want to say hey, Ben?
Hey, Ben.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Tim.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Neato.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So
Thanks
good
for
to
having
have you
me.
here.
I'm excited.
We are excited.
I've actually been like talking about it all week. It's like,
Nice.
I'm going to be on the Funky Panther.
But you do this all week. Like, this is
this is
still
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, this is different. Like, I'm not interviewing you.
true.
I mean, I don't know. Are y'all
you're-
going to interview me? I don't know.
We'll
it's
have
weird.
some questions
A
for
wee
you.
bit.
I mean, normally I'm the one running the show, so this is kind of nice. I don't have to push any buttons. I don't have to. I just have to hang out.
You don't have a program manager that's breathing down on you, telling you have to do this, and this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah, at the FCC. I've
won't
had a
let you
letter
be?
sent. They won't. There was a letter sent on me to the FCC.
Really?
what?
Yeah, that was fun. I was like, hey, my boss at the time, I go, hey man, can you print that out and can I keep it? I want to frame it.
Can I frame that and put that up?
To my knowledge, I'm the only one that's ever had an FCC complaint out of all the folks at the station.
That's very cool.
So I was like,
It's like, is it?
look at me go, Mom.
Some might say it's not so cool, but
I think it's cool.
yeah,
I think it's
awesome.
I'd frame that bitch.
Yeah.
I'd
I
frame
mean,
it, yeah.
they wouldn't give it to me because they knew I would just run with it. Because I did the dirty joke of the day.
Oh,
So that's, it's, I offended some lady.
Okay, so it stepped to the line over for somebody, I guess.
I mean, I told the joke last night to a random person and they thought it was hilarious.
I'm sure it was funny. I mean, if you want to tell it now, you can. I mean, we're not going to turn you into the
I mean,
FCC.
these days, you're going to offend somebody no matter what,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I offended somebody by the way I said an artist's name. Yeah.
okay.
But, okay, so what do grapefruit and women have in common?
Grapefruit and women?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit and women.
I don't know.
The best ones squirt when you eat them. Hi, Mom. Sorry. Mom has a swear jar, and so that would also go into the swear jar. And I do want to point out that I know y'all have had JoJo on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he did not bring beer, did he?
I don't. It's been so long.
He said he didn't, so I
don't
told him
think
I was
Oh,
going to
no,
one
he
up
didn't.
him.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, you brought us some Panther Island
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
And you know that just that's not beer.
Oh, I
That's-
know.
okay,
This is liquid
just,
death.
Just water.
It's
yeah.
gonna murder
Liquid
my
death.
thirst.
It is. Yeah.
I will admit that there's normally
you.
6 of those, but I got a little thirsty last night.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't
good.
blame you either.
All good. Perfect timing too, because
Absolutely.
there's Oktoberfest tonight. There's Oktoberfest next weekend. I mean, this is the best time. So and I haven't had the Panther Island one. Have y'all?
I haven't. No, I
No,
haven't.
it just came out, right?
It's really good, yes.
All right, let's crack it
Like
open.
I said, okay. Well, hey. And one thing about Panther Island brews
Cheers.
is on the bottom. Don't turn it over all the way, obviously. But we do put
pour it
little
on
notes.
myself.
So like
Oh,
it says
cool.
Prost.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
That's very cool.
So I don't just work at the ranch. I
Right,
also,
right.
Beer tend at
Beer tent.
Panther
Yeah.
Island.
How long you been there now?
Oh man, since 2017, I started on the brew deck, and then I blew out my knee, and I couldn't do that anymore. So they said, "Hey, well, you talk a lot, so we'll put you on the bar."
At least they kept you around, right?
Oh yeah, I've known Johnny and Ryan for I don't know since Lincoln was in office.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you
Man,
didn't
that
know,
is good.
Ben Ryan is actually really old.
Yeah,
He's an immortal. You ever seen the movie Logan? That's him.
Yeah.
He's
Wasn't that Wolverine?
that was yeah, I mean
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, I do have gray in my beard.
So you're Wolverine.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Wolverine.
So you're a.
I don't think he does that though.
I had a friend that would always say that in high school. He's like, I'm Wolverine. Like, what are you doing?
That makes no sense.
I know.
You're from you're from here, right? From Fort Worth.
I'm originally from Magnolia, Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, but I've lived in Texas over half my life. I got the Fort Worth tattoo.
Very nice.
So Mayor Price said I was an honorary Texan.
So I've been told that you went to high school in our little northern neighborhood, right? Keller, yeah, yeah. Actually, I've got another friend that's a nurse that was in school with you too. So we'll talk. Well, I'll name her later.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This could be trouble.
No. She had nothing but good things to say about you too. So
Remember that FCC complaint you were talking?
We've got a name.
Oh, Lord.
So before we get into you and get to know you a little bit more, and then of course we'll do the Funky Five. It's only been a few days since we've been doing this. I mean, like Tuesday, it was only like 3 or 4 days ago that we were back together. But we got together on Saturday because you're a very hard worker and you work during the week, and we're trying to do this off cycle episode, and which is kind of nice, honestly. Like a Saturday afternoon, I feel like there's not as much pressure. Yeah. We're not all coming from work and like crazy night, and then just trying to rush to put this together. It was actually really nice.
This gives me like, because we're going to drop the episode on Thursday, so I've got like literally a week to get everything kind of like squared away,
It's really nice. And
so you edit it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I don't, so it's gotten to the point now that we don't have a lot of dead air, and I'm not having to cut a lot of things, and so it goes very, very smoothly. Now, occasionally we have some people on here that just, they've never done an interview, so it takes a little bit of a little bit more
They've
effort.
never done an interview?
Yeah. It takes a little bit of a...
Your references are sick.
So, yeah, but I got about a week to edit, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah,
and
it'll be real nice.
Get it uploaded, so I'm not going to be stressed over that or anything.
No, you'd probably take you like all week. You'd wait until like
I'm going to wait till the last minute, and I'll do it on Wednesday.
And he's going to text us, the internet went out again, guys.
Man, I used to edit a 3-hour show.
Oh.
But so it always ran over. It ended up being like 4 hours. But it had to be 3 segments an hour, 18 minutes on the dot with spots and imaging.
Oh, man.
And I mean,
We're not that cool.
It took me like 8 hours to do that. It was rough.
Well, we're going to talk about how bad we are compared to, you're a pro. You know what I mean?
Have you ever listened to my show? I'm terrible.
Yeah. No, whatever.
I stammer and stutter and sneeze.
Have you heard? I think that Javier's had like 4 strokes on this show. I mean, he just starts talking and then he just doesn't stop. He just keeps saying the same thing over and over. We got to put him on reset.
I have heard that a few times.
You got to.
It's great. It always gives me. I get tickled.
Got to press the reset button on Javier.
God damn, what's wrong with that boy?
Occasionally, if you hear it, you'll hear us smack him upside the head, and that fixes it. We used to do that a lot
like hitting the
off
TV.
camera, but we started getting letters too because they didn't like us abusing our friend here.
So real quick, so it's been a few days. Have y'all done anything over the past few days since we've seen each other?
I've done nothing.
We did Tuesday night. We tried to go to that brewery. What was it called again? I keep forgetting the name of the
Second Rodeo.
Y'all know.
My friends are there right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've heard from some people that it's a really sweet spot to go, but we went and it was closed for a private event, so we didn't get to go. But we did go to the Rabbit Hole instead and had a couple of beers, which was nice. Shout out to Omar who showed up with us and hung out for a little bit.
It's a lot of fun.
Arvizu taco truck. Yeah.
Also, proprietor of Arvizu Tacos. Also at the Rabbit Hole every now and then, usually Tuesdays, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just worked late on Tuesday. For me, last night we went out. We went to Bearded Lady for a little bit, which was nice because I hadn't been there in a while. But the weather's been so great. Like the weather, it's still hot, but it's not too damn hot. And so we went out, sat on the patio, and then we went to Four Sisters, which that place is so good. I mean, we took it to go one time. It's not the same when you sit there and you've got like 5 things and you're sharing between 4 people and just kind of like, pulling all apart. And then that coffee, they've got this Vietnamese coffee at the end that is, I mean, if you order it, you should. It's basically a dessert.
Is it going to keep you awake?
I mean, I slept, but I did have the coffee. Have you ever been there? Four Sisters? Mm-mm. No.
I was going to ask you, what all kind of food is it?
It's like Vietnamese.
Right? Oh, okay.
It's on South Main. Just south of like where all the good stuff, is. It's kind of by itself down there. I don't think there's anything else that far south.
Yeah, not that far now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on my list.
Kind of across the street from Mass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. I was over there last night. I went to Connie Rosa.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Was going to go to Samson's, but we didn't get there in time.
What's Samson's?
Ethiopian.
Oh,
I've always wanted. I talked about this last night. I would love to
we've
try it.
talked about wanting to try that out. Yeah.
We're going tonight.
Oh, very cool.
Samson's.
The lady and I.
Nice.
Yeah, we tried to go last night. I took a PTO day yesterday,
Okay.
so I was on the air. I was voice tracked. Secrets to radio. People were like, "Hey man, I love this song." I'm like, "What are you? I'm not." Oh yeah, I'm pre-recorded.
Oopsie doopsie.
I did get to meet EJ from he's 817 Pod. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He was sitting right next to me, and I didn't realize we were just I probably looked like just a fatty, just going nuts on this food. It was so good. All of us were. We were just going crazy. He's like, "Hey, Chad," and I was like, "What the fuck?
Who is this guy?
Oh yeah.
Not right now. I'm eating. I'm feasting." And then, but it was really nice. He took a picture, and then right before we left. But it was cool meeting him. That
made your night though. So let's just put it in perspective. This guy, ever since we started this podcast, his thing was I want somebody to recognize me. I want to step out and someone to know who I am. And it happened.
But it caught me so off guard. I was like, that's my name, but he must be talking to someone else. But yeah, it was pretty cool because the only people that have seen us out in public that have said, "Oh, hey," are people that we know we just haven't seen in a while. Right. And so I've never actually officially met him. I know that he's been at I think he was at Lollapalooza when we were there, but I didn't see him. Yeah. But he's been at things. But yeah, really cool meeting him. What about you, Javier? You do anything?
I went to Rise last night. Had
souffle.
some souffle. I've never had souffle. I thought it was like a meat pie or something.
And that's at Smokestack?
No. It will Rise number 1.
Okay, I don't know where that's at.
Yeah, it's Clear Fork, right?
Clear Fork, okay.
Yeah.
And then we went to Smokestack, 1948, and saw a band play over there. They have a new little. Well, they actually have a couple new things over there. They have a cocktail bar. Outside, in the little garage, Well, they have 2 garage areas over there, and a little arcade in the back near the field over there, and that's pretty cool. But
so this is since we've been there.
It wasn't open whenever.
Okay.
I think the bartender
we were there on a weekday though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's open during the weekends, but it was a lot of fun, and got to meet his name is David. I forgot his last name, but really cool guy. He's cocktail. What do you call it? Like a
mixologist?
It's a cocker.
I met a cocker by the name of Daniel.
Great guy. Made
it makes sense
hell of a
whenever
drink.
I'm saying cock what?
Oh, Betty Cocker.
But he was a cool guy. Tried some new stuff. I I got pretty drunk last night, and then I had to go to work this morning.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really try to fit that time in where I can get shit faced and still function the next morning.
Good for you.
The sleep was great. But that place is really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. You said you went to Mass. Who'd you see?
Oh, I just drove by it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just over in that area.
Yeah.
Oh,
went to Conde Rosa. Well, first went over by Panther Island because they have a coconut Hefeweizen now.
What?
A small batch, so it's probably 1 or 2 kegs.
Yeah.
And they put it on Friday, and I just looked at my girlfriend. I was like, "You like coconut beer?" And she's like, "I love coconut." I go, "Let's go there, then dinner." And that's why we didn't make it to Samson's.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I've got to try that now.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
How
was it?
Let's go. It was fantastic. Shout out to our head brewer, Sandra. She's amazing. She does some really cool stuff.
Nice. Yeah, coconut's one of my. If you put coconut in beer, that's my go-to. I'm gonna jump all over that.
I was thinking a banana black currant sour.
Yeah,
I think that would be really cool.
That sounds good.
Ryan.
Yeah, and then with black currants or currants.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I found out what they were on Red Dead. Okay. So then
lots of those.
Yeah.
The beer's usually pretty dark. You could always just call it the Funky Panther. You know what I mean? Because if it's a sour.
and it's a panther and it's funky. Yeah.
Well,
what?
They do local artist collaborations, and y'all are creators.
We've talked to Joe about that.
Yeah.
And we've never actually gone through and figured out what we would do.
He's like, yeah, it'd be a small batch, but I'm more than welcome.
It's got to be sour because it's funky, right? Or funky, and then it's got to be dark because the panther. Right?
Yeah. You can do peanut butter bacon.
Ooh,
I'm not opposed to that either.
That's pretty funky. It's not sour, but that's funky enough.
You could probably make it sour. I don't think it'd be very good.
No.
Okay, well,
a bad idea.
We've actually had that happen. We homebrewed for a while. We made a peanut butter stout that came out a sour. It got infected.
Yeah,
and it was a sour peanut butter stout. It was terrible.
Did you give it penicillin?
If that would have saved it, we would have. But man, ugh.
Well, we'll all have to go to Panther Island sometimes because I do a lot of mixing of the beers. Like the last weekend, I mixed 3 of our beers together, and it was pretty good. I call it Sweet Tooth, Sweet Tooth, something like that. It's a little early for me to drink. So it was the Buc-ee's Beaver Nuggets beer, the vanilla cake beer, and our
and the Sweet Fang.
Sweet Fang. So celebrate.
Oh, man, that sounds
Road Trip
amazing.
So
Snacks
all
and
3
Sweet
of the
Fang.
sweet beers y'all have, just
layered. It was amazing.
that sounds great.
It's like whenever you're in high school and you put the Coke and all the you get all the
Suicide?
flavors.
I did that on our wall one time, including the wine and kombucha.
Oh Lord! Oh no!
It tasted like, I'm not going to lie, it kind of tasted like chocolate covered strawberries.
What the hell?
All right.
That's
It
weird.
was weird, man. I'm telling you. I think it was the wine.
Who came up with the IPF and
IPF&A?
IPF and G?
Puffna.
Well, doing the
IPF
mixing
and
too.
Gs?
Like
Remember Joe used to give that to us when we first started going.
That was already a staple when I started working there.
Because my favorite now is doing the IPF and A, but mixing it with the summer G's and get that peach.
Okay.
Oh, dude, it's
yeah.
so good.
So one of the things I do and anytime somebody's like, "Oh, I like stouts. have you had a golden stout?" No. Okay. Well, this is our Celebrates collaboration with local artist Grady Spencer in the work. There's your plug. It's birthday cake, cold brew coffee, and it's a golden stout. So I do that 60% and 40% Sweet Fang, and we call it a Blue Fang because it's a blue collar pastry stout.
Oh, okay.
I just
And
love these mixes. It sounds great.
You know, it's just me upselling people. You tell them it's not on the menu, they're going to be like, "Oh, I want that. It's automatically good." But it really is good. Like, our owners like it too. So, sorry, I talk a lot.
No, that's
Feel
good,
free
man.
to cut me off.
Love it. When you talk, that means we don't have to.
Yeah. You brought up Grady Spencer in the work. Dustin talked about him whenever he was here.
Yeah.
Who else did also? Someone else did too, right?
No, I think just Dustin. I think.
Okay. There's your second plug.
Was that a second
was
plug?
that really-
Or were you just confusingly asking questions?
Grady Spencer. It's a 4.
He's not Beetlejuice.
Come again? He pops out from the back.
Grady pops out. He goes, "Hey guys, you want some charcuterie?" He loves charcuterie, by the way.
Oh, that's funny. What about events?
Yeah.
We've got some stuff coming up. We've talked about Oktoberfest at Maple Branch tonight.
Which we're going to be there tonight. So
gonna
if
be
you're
there
watching
tonight.
live, we're going to swing
We
by.
also have Oktoberfest in Fort Worth next weekend, which when this drops on the podcast, it'll be this coming weekend. We'll be there on Friday. And then we're also going to be at the State Fair on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
We finally decided that we're going to be at the State Fair.
Are y'all going to try that crazy new hot dog thing?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
The Texas dog?
Yeah, I was trying to remember what all was in it. I know there's mac and cheese and something hot. and-
Turkey.
the batter's spicy, and it's got so they take the stick out, and it's just going to be like
That's
a
what she
battered. Yeah, it's going to be like a battered hot or corn dog, but just split open, and then they put the mac and cheese and crispy jalapenos, I think, or something.
I'm excited about
I'm
that.
down.
I'm excited to try that.
Any other events?
No, I think that's it. I think we covered that.
There's one you mentioned, right?
Ramblin' Roads Music
yeah,
Festival.
okay.
It's over at Levitt Pavilion. There's going to be like 30 plus artists, local musicians, and William Clark Green is going to be playing as well. He's not. I mean, he's got a house here, but he's from Eastland, Lubbock. You know, all
It's
that weird
Texas.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
So he's going to be there.
When's that?
Oh man, you had to ask me that question.
Well, here like in the next month or like
I
3
think
months?
I think it's next weekend or 2 weeks away.
Okay, so pretty soon. So
Yeah.
check that out.
Of course, y'all already talked about it, but Fort Worth Oktoberfest at Panther Island Pavilion. I'm planning on going out there. Hopefully,
Where's you said Levitt Pavilion? Where's that at?
it's in Arlington.
Okay, I've never been there.
They do a lot of free shows during the week or on like Fridays and Saturdays. And it's family friendly. People go out there. I think you can take coolers or I don't know.
Is it near old downtown? Like downtown?
I think
Arlington?
so.
I love that area. There's so much stuff to do. Like, who would have thought?
There is now. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, it was just one road. And
Yeah.
And Division was rough. Like you didn't hang out on Division Street back in the day.
I went
it
out
wasn't
there a few weeks ago and tried. JoJo made fun of me. I thought it was Hurtado, but it's Hurtado.
what's a Hurtado barbecue?
I also called his food page Panther City Palate. I'm just outing myself on stuff. You got to be able to
What
laugh
else
at yourself.
is dumb
Lord
but you
have
do?
mercy.
No.
Let's see.
He's like the list is long, but the
You got to be able to laugh at yourself, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for
City
sure.
Latte.
Then it's just a mistake, right?
Just go ahead and steer into the skid.
Yeah, so that's it. So we want to jump in just like some brief news.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's.
Now it's time for news with Tim. Take it away, Tim.
Thank you, Chad.
I don't know.
Recently in news, if you're local, I saw Robin actually posted this. They were looking for a dog and a stolen car, right?
Dog stole a car?
So somebody stole a car with the golden retriever in there over by TCU, and they found the dog. The dog has been returned, so that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The car was recovered. The dog was in the car.
So after he was stolen along with the SUV from outside the Fort Worth apartment, Mackenzie Koch said she loaded her dog Regan's and some things into the Chevrolet Tahoe and briefly left it running. So that's what happened. So she was going back inside to get it, and so she walks outside. I can't imagine this. Like, she walks outside and sees somebody get into her car, and like, my dog's in there. I could care less about the car.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm more worried about my dog. And they tossed her cell phone. LoJack got disabled, but they ended up recovering the dog. So that's
insurance can't get your puppers back.
That's right.
You know, just the car.
I would kill to get my dog back.
I'd murder.
Yeah.
John Wick,
Straight
man.
John Wick.
I'd murder a human.
Oh,
I'd murder a human.
I thought that was implied. I don't know why you had to go that far and like stare at me in the face.
A horse.
Why'd you stare at me when you said it?
Don't look at me, horse. You look at me wrong, horse. You're getting it.
Stop laughing, clown.
So in other news, the Parade of Lights is back to full public this year. So we're going to have the actual Parade of Lights in downtown Fort Worth.
Hooray.
Very cool.
November 21st, starting at 6 p.m. It's the 39th year the Parade of Lights has been officially going for Fort Worth.
It's kind of nice that we're having things again, right? Like, I feel like I forget about the fact that we missed out on so many things last year. They just got canceled, and we're like, oh, okay, well, moving on with their lives. And then when they're coming back, even though I didn't go to them regularly, like the state fair and that kind of stuff, it's just nice to know that we can, because it feels like we really missed out last year. So that's exciting.
Local again, Fort Worth's Blackland Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
Got a nice
Pecan
bottle
bourbon.
there.
Have you tried?
I haven't.
Black Line?
Pecan bourbon?
Oh, it's good.
I'm going to get you a
sweet.
glass with some ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're expanding. They're expanding their barrel house and all that stuff. So they've been distributing, but they partnered up with Southern Glazier's Wine and Spirits, which is a leading wine and spirits distributor here in the southern area. So
Okay.
they're going to be going to additional markets in Oklahoma in October 2021. I mean, so that's most excellent for local distillery.
We've got some really good distilleries in Fort Worth now. It's crazy because we've got Blackland, we've got Acre, which we went to visit, right? And that was a lot of fun. Have you been to Acre?
I have not. I've seen it, but I've not been in.
It's definitely worth trying, at least going in for a cocktail, but definitely, like, if you had the time, going in for a tour is awesome, because you learn more about, the history of Fort Worth, but it's also some fantastic, like a huge variety of liquors.
Because it's built. The building's old, and it was at Hell's Half Acre where it was located, right? And so the owner of it had this whole like history lesson they gave us, and it was more stuff than I even knew. What was it? Who was it that got caught? It was
Butch
Billy, Butch Cassidy.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
They got
Billy the Kid.
I was about to say Billy the Kid. I knew it was the kid. I just didn't know which kid.
Billy Madison.
got caught essentially because they were. They had a photo taken at a wedding. He told us this whole history. The photo was taken at this wedding.
Yeah.
And one of the Pinkerton boys came through, and they went into this to get a picture made and saw what looked like people that they recognized.
Yeah.
And that happened here in Fort Worth, which is pretty neat.
We also have Silver Star. We also have TX.
Yeah.
And then we also have Black Eye vodka. So all really good spots to check out if you haven't already done so.
And I asked this earlier before you got here, but I think we're all The Office fans, right?
Absolutely.
I love The Office. I think everyone loves The Office.
Delicious.
Right? It is.
Just
Absolutely.
straight.
Oh my.
Straight. This is straight.
Okay. Y'all, hey, look over there. I'm gonna have to go get some of that. That is really good.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. He brought it one time when they had just came out, and he's like, okay, only a little bit. I got to take the rest home with me. But
It's gone now. I got to go back and get me another bottle too.
and I got this for a gift for somebody also, and I'm like, let me get myself a bottle as well, because we've just drank it straight.
Yeah.
Well, we put some like a sparkling liquid death in
Just
it,
to
but
cut. It's a little too
just to
sweet
cut
for
it a
me.
little.
Have you made a old fashioned with it?
Not yet. No.
They do.
It's my favorite drink.
Mine too.
At Blackland,
Absolutely.
they make a really good old fashioned with it, and they actually put like a smoked pecan or something like that on top. But it's really good.
Hell yeah.
Where's your favorite old fashioned that you've had?
Locally, probably Scat.
Okay,
All right.
they do have a good old
I
fashioned.
did have one in New York City that had smoked bourbon bacon, smoked bacon bourbon.
New York City.
Get a rope. But it was at a speakeasy where you have to go through the phone booth. Like, you pick up the phone, you got to take your hat off, look at the camera, and be like, "Oh, there's three of us." And they wouldn't open the door for me.
Really?
My friend Vanessa had to go and get us in. And I was like, See what y'all are doing.
That's totally New York.
I forgot we talked. We saw a speakeasy.
We saw one in Tennessee.
In Tennessee.
Yeah, in Nashville.
Yeah, but it was. It looked like it was crazy. And why didn't we go?
There was you looked it up. There's some sort of stipulation, like you had to wear.
We weren't
dressed
like
for it.
Yeah, Converse and hats and stuff like that, and that you had to be dressed up.
no hats,
That's
no
what it was.
t-shirts. Had to be collared shirts.
Yeah,
no,
we were not ready
no
for
Nikes
that.
or anything like that.
Well,
yeah,
this one, like, it's a hot dog like restaurant, and you walk in and people are ordering hot dogs, and there's a phone booth, and you walk over and you just open the door, you pick up the phone, and then the wall opens, and you go in there. No hats allowed, cash only.
Wow,
that's pretty
Smart.
legit.
And I had my grandfather's 1963 Stevens felt hat on, and they're like, "We'll take your hat." And I was like, "You don't understand how old this hat is." And they're like, "I used to work at a hat store, so I know what I'm doing." I'm like, "All right, you crush it, you buy it."
and you get a knuckle sandwich.
I mean, I would have said that, but it was a woman.
Oh yeah.
Can't do that. Nah.
So whenever they made your old fashioned, how long did it take for them to make it?
It took probably 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, because it
was pretty busy in there, though.
Like my favorite old fashioned I had when I was in England, in this place called St. Chad's Place. The only reason I remember is fucking Chad right here.
right. Yeah,
And,
we went.
It took. Yeah, we were in London, and it was by the platform from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And so the guy, we were just waiting for it. It took him like 20 minutes to make. And he knew we were kind of like, we weren't anxious to get it. We were just like, oh, let's see how he's doing. And he's like, I know you're wanting it, but it's just going to be patient about it. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. And it was the best old fashioned I ever had. Like the best. I wish I could like taste it again.
I'm sure that anticipation had a little something to do with it. You know what I mean? Like it was delicious, but like when you're waiting and you're really kind of fiending for it, and we've been on trains for the past like half hour, like it made, it was great.
Well, you know what I do is if I want an old fashioned, wherever I'm at, I ask them, I go, okay, what kind of ice do you put in your old fashioned? If they say, cubed ice like that, I'm like, nah, pass. If they have like the square or the round one, I'm like, okay, I'll get one. But y'all talked about Austin Upchurch on a previous episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His guitar player was with me at that bar
Oh,
in
okay.
New York City.
Oh,
He used to be my roommate back in the day, and then decided to go back to college like a loser.
So funny enough, this segues
decisions.
right into this BuzzFeed that I found. So a really big Office fan saw BJ Novak at a bar and sent him the most perfect drink.
What was the perfect drink?
Just think back about your
Ryan started the fire.
So it wasn't on fire.
Okay.
But
Was it a Jell-O shot?
who was
Stapler
his
and a Jell-O shot?
who was his love interest?
Oh,
Kelly Kapoor.
Yeah. And so what did she like?
I don't know. Cosmos?
I would say Cosmo.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It had 8 maraschino cherries, sugar on the rim, blended if you can. It was a vodka-based drink, yeah. This dude sees him over there and orders this and has it sent to him. And BJ Novak was a great sport about it, posted up on Instagram. And in fact, several of his co-stars on The Office commented on there, and they just loved it. But yeah,
that's real cool.
I would love to do that if I ever came across like somebody like that I knew that there was some sort of iconic drink or whatever, or some drink that was associated with them. I totally would.
Yeah, that's smart.
But that's all I got on there.
Okay, so that's News with Tim.
That's News with Tim.
Fantastic.
Outro, please. No outro?
No, I haven't made that yet.
You suck.
I know.
Man, you're the worst.
I know,
So
I'm the worst.
Get him on
Now
your
to-
hotkeys.
Yeah, what the hell?
you've got so many keys.
I've got hotkeys over here. I've got hotkeys up here.
I've
You've
got,
got hotkeys
I've got
over here.
10 keys. You've got like 100 keys.
Oh,
You-
10 key? Like,
Right.
Okay.
And
And that was News with Tim. Take it away, Chad.
thanks, Tim. Wow.
so
that was
disappointed.
awful. You're making us look like idiots.
Sounded so defeated.
I know. Thank you.
All right. So now on to our main topic, which is you, sir, the Ben Ryan.
The Ben Ryan.
So on our show, every time we have a guest, we do a little something called the Funky Five, where we do 5 quick fire questions, generally related about local. But if you can't think of something local, then you can think of whatever you want, right?
Okay.
But just 5 quick questions, first thing that comes to your head. Sound good?
All right.
All right. So question number 1, what is your favorite Fort Worth restaurant?
Ooh, that's tough. I've been going out there lately.
Yeah.
Like experimenting like a lot of restaurants around. That's tough. I'd probably have to say Connie Rosa. I mean, I went there last night. I know it's not Fort Worth based,
Right.
It's DFW.
but it's good. Close second would have been King Tut.
okay.
Went there a couple
King
weeks
Tut
ago.
is great.
King
Yeah.
Tuck is good.
Yeah, very good.
Did you say King Tuck?
King Tuck.
Yes.
I think I
might have
can
said
help
Tuck.
with this whole King Tuck situation.
I'd probably say Tuck.
Hello there, Ms. Lady.
He gets all the references. I love this. All right.
I'm a nerd.
Favorite drinking spot?
It's a toss-up. In Fort Worth, I'd say Magnolia Motor Lounge. North Richland Hills, because it's a mile from my place. The diviest of dive bars. You can still smoke inside, and it's weird. Sparks.
Sparks. All right.
Sparks Sports Bar.
I love bars like that.
Like just dive. Complete
They
dive,
got
yeah.
darts, they got pool, they got shuffleboard, and they've got the weirdest collection of people out there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like Yups.
Yeah, it does.
Except you can't smoke there.
Not anymore.
I want to check that place out. I heard y'all talking about
Oh,
it.
dude,
It's so much fun.
It's a good time. The karaoke, yeah.
It's an old Pizza Hut, and you can tell. Like,
This is an old Ryan's or Tippins. I don't know which one.
Shit.
So, like, okay, so Sparks, you pull up, and even though it's only a mile, I'll still Uber because more than
Smart.
two drinks, I'm not driving.
Yeah.
right.
Up front, you got Dickies. It's one building. Dickies in the front, Sparks Sports Bar in the back. So they're smoking meats up there, smoking cigarettes in the back.
Sorry.
Very cool. Very cool.
Rookie.
I apologize.
I know.
I
The
had
guy
it-
that always complains,
had it
like,
on the
"Get your
table,
phone off
on
the
vibrate,
table. Vibrating.
These
over
do
here.
much better about isolating.
They
though,
do.
so-
I didn't hear it.
I
I
just
felt it. I felt it
I bet you did.
in your pants.
in my
All
pants.
right. Question
Dance party.
number 3. Favorite local musician?
You're going to get me in trouble.
I didn't think about that.
You're going to get me in a lot of trouble. Oh, man.
And you can't pick two. You got to pick one.
Get ready to get canceled.
Yeah, well, I did put that out there. It's like, we'll see if we'll get canceled. Favorite local musician. All right, I'm going to throw it out there. Ryan Tharp,
Okay.
because he's a very broad spectrum.
Okay. Very cool.
Also a producer.
I have not heard Ryan Tharp's music. Have y'all?
Nope. Sure.
He is hard driving guitar, southern rock style. He went on tour with Jason Aldean as his guitarist.
Oh, wow.
He's produced a lot of local musicians' albums. Yeah, he's fantastic. Check him
Okay.
out. He just dropped a new album too.
All right. We'll definitely check that out. Favorite podcast that you listen to regularly if you listen to podcasts?
The Funky Panther.
You don't have to.
Okay, hands down, my favorite podcast that I wait every week, and sometimes I'll stay up late to listen to it early. Nate Land.
That one's it's so good. That I love that guy's humor.
Yeah.
Did you see him when he was here in Fort Worth?
I didn't.
Oh, Brigazzi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brigazzi. Him and his entire crew were at Coyote Drive-In, and holy shit, that guy's hilarious. Man, he's funny.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that, but I couldn't make it. But I listen to Nate Land regularly, and then the Boogie Monster. But Kyle Kinane's co-host is a little annoying.
I have not heard that one.
It's Kyle Kinane and a guy named Dave Stone.
Okay.
But it's worth checking out. It's weird, but Nate Land, yeah. And I was surprised. I didn't realize he was a clean comic until like halfway through his podcasts.
Oh.
If you notice, they never curse,
Yeah.
and they don't talk about sex, drugs, rock and roll,
No, just alligators and coffees and milk and stuff. I
and
think.
calendars and clocks and the year 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Favorite movie that when it comes on TV, right? Just a regular TV movie that you're like, okay, well, shit, I got to watch this from start to end now.
Jurassic Park.
Okay, that's a good one. That didn't come up yet. That's a really good one.
Jurassic Park, Big Lebowski, Back to the Future. And I know you only said one, but
It's okay.
Which Back to the Future?
You're a
though?
cheater.
The original or
the OG, yeah.
okay? Tim,
Very cool.
Tim's
Okay. I love the third one because I
I
like.
mean, I love all of them.
I like all of them
They're
too.
all good. They're all
But I love the third one because it's a Western and it's sci-fi and all that stuff. And I
That's-
love Westerns.
It's actually my least favorite one.
It's most people's least favorite
Yeah.
one. So I'm the only one.
the whole get up. I mean, I've got that costume at home, but I mean, come on, what's he doing?
What is you doing? All right.
Marty, it's your kids, Marty. You gotta fuck your kids.
No, I never said that. He never said that.
I saw a College Humor thing where Marty it was like he fucked his mom and then he's like, you got to go back in time. You got to stop yourself from doing it, Marty. You had a threesome with yourself, Marty.
I don't remember seeing that.
It's a College Humor. It's a college.
That never happened.
That's so great.
I love saying it though. Whenever
What are you searching on Pornhub? Good
No,
lord.
you don't even want to know.
You just learned like that came straight from that wasn't college
Marty
humor. He's a
gonna fly
liar.
threesome with himself.
you had a threesome with yourself and your mom, Marty.
Oh, good lord.
I love saying it's your kids, Marty. You gotta fuck your kids. I just love saying that. I don't know.
Well, please stop.
Jesus is like, stop fucking saying that. You gotta stop saying that.
Oh lord.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's a good movie though. Back to the Future really inspired a lot of shit. Like, well, I mean, the genre, the entire series did. You know, like
Yeah.
self-lacing shoes and flying cars and.
I want my damn hoverboard.
I want my damn hoverboard.
I think we're due, right? Like we're well
We're
overdue.
long due.
And not one of
past
those.
the date they went in the movie.
Yes,
Not one of those stupid
5
ones
years,
that's
right?
got the wheels like they call
2015, wasn't
hoverboards.
2015.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But there's like jetpacks and shit now. So I mean, I feel like we're getting close.
Those aren't
Did you
real
hear about
jetpacks.
that guy that's been flying around L.A. in the
Yeah.
jetpack?
Yes.
Insane. I want that jetpack.
Right?
Rocket
They're
Man.
real jetpacks. What are you talking about? Not real jetpacks.
They're the ones that you put on your arms and, well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you like. That's your
Yeah.
control. Like where else?
I'm thinking
You just
Rocketeer. Like,
Oh, yeah, Rocketeer, not Rocket Man. That's
Yeah, that
Elton
would
John. Rocket Man.
Wrong flying man.
right. All right. Well, you nailed it. That was the Funky Five, and you went through those like butter. Real nice.
I like butter.
Yay.
Made my
All right.
own. Not
So-
own butter. Yeah, anyways. I roasted bone marrow the other day and made my own garlic butter for the bone marrow.
Did you do that?
Smoked it.
Yeah, I saw
Smoked
that.
it,
Yeah,
Yes, I saw that. With cream cheese?
Holy shit.
Oh, I did the cream cheese and I did the roasted marrow. I'll be honest with you. Everybody's been raving about this roasted bone marrow, and it's
It's good on butter.
you,
or good on butter. It's good on bread.
Bread, yeah.
Oh, and I found out. I felt like an idiot that bruschetta bread
Yeah, yeah.
it's just a French
It's just
loaf.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I was walking around Kroger and Tom Thumb like, I'm looking for this kind of bread. They're like, that's just a baguette. I'm like,
No.
oh.
It says here that it's bruschetta, so I need
Yeah,
that.
the internet says it's got to be
That's what I need, and I need it now.
It's my
money.
It's my money.
And I need it
it's
now.
my
Yeah, this
bruschetta,
episode-
and I need it now.
This episode is sponsored by JG Whitworth, 877 Cash Now.
I realize how much you say
877
that.
cash
You gotta
now.
stop. Eventually, we're gonna get like this cease and assist because you're saying
Or-
that we're
or-
sponsored by so many people.
Manscaped?
Or they're gonna give us a sponsorship. It's gonna be one or the other.
They're not because then we're like, oh, they're already doing it for free, so fuck these guys.
Today's episode sponsored by
Right?
Cease and Desist. Cease and Desist. For whenever you want to stop doing things, cease and desist.
There you go. Nailed it. All right. So for the people that might not know Ben Ryan, tell us a little about yourself.
In real life, I'm kind of a short guy. Talk on the radio and I sling suds.
Radio ads like at least like 6 inches. I hear.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Heyo. No, I've been doing radio for like 14 years.
Oh, nice.
Started at the ranch in Fort Worth, went out to San Angelo, was out there for about 3 years, went on the road with a band as a tour manager and merch
cool.
guy for about, I don't know, 6-7 months.
Did you enjoy that?
It was fun, but there's something about sleeping in your own bed because when you're on a bus, it's like a coffin. Like you're like, and you get a fan in there and you got a light and there's not much privacy, just a
Right.
curtain. And there's no shitting on the bus.
Oh, no.
So anytime anyone's got to go, you're like, you've got to tell everyone to just, sorry, we've got to stop. We're pulling over. We're doing a thing.
Wait for Quick Trip
Oh,
or
crap.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Buc-ee's have the cleanest bathroom.
You're going to go to a clean
Absolutely.
bathroom. You're not going to go to a shell. Come on. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
Actually, the Love's truck stops have really nice bathrooms too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They have the
yeah,
showers
you're
too,
right.
right? Yeah.
So like truck stops, QTs, and Buc-ee's.
I've seen those kinds of porns. What?
This is how a porn starts.
Wait a minute.
Very cool. So we joked on the last episode that you're going to walk in here and just give us a hard time because of how shitty our
Throw a
little setup
burrito.
is.
I was
bad is
listening to that while I was texting you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have any burritos, so
I mean, I told you earlier, I like your setup. I mean,
You heard it first, everybody. We've got a professional that thinks we're okay.
professional.
was that J.G. Wentworth prefers Pam Beasley Halpert over Kathy. I fucking hate Kathy.
Does that say radio? Oh, wait.
Rad Cocoa.
Red cocoa. Yeah.
Oh, okay, JG went for. Oh, I was trolling some people yesterday with a office meme.
Ben Ryan sleeps with no top sheet.
Oh, how many cops are QT? Okay,
You're getting razzed on the Twitch.
I don't even know who that is. Coco.
That's the beauty of Twitch because
Cocoa
we have
butter?
no idea who the people are.
Good Lord.
They know you apparently. So
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
That's a good question, though.
Wow, that was arrogant.
yeah, it was.
I'm just messing
I'm
around.
on the radio.
Hey, 2020 Honor Personality of the Year.
Hey-o.
I'm kind of a big deal.
It was. It was a. I really did win that, but it's kind of a joke. Like, you have to be a member of this organization, and then like people vote on you, and then on the back end, like I'm pretty sure it's rigged. Pretty sure it's rigged.
I think that's what happened with us too.
Yeah,
It was all
100%.
rigged.
Fort Worth Weekly, right?
Fort Worth
Magazine.
Yeah.
Magazine.
Yeah, Weekly's
yeah.
coming out soon. Hopefully, maybe
We're pushing for weekly, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get weekly.
yeah, probably not.
No.
I think it's been the same for like 10 years.
Jerry Jonestown.
Jerry Jonestown Massacre. Yeah.
You and I don't understand is how, because we do it's very different than what you do, right? Like you curate playlists and you put music and you talk about things. We are very quick, 1.5 hour, get it and go. But we seem to still fall in the radio personality. There's no like podcast. I feel like there should be two categories. I really do.
iHeart does a podcast award show or something like that. As far as curating playlist, I don't do that. Our program director, they do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got a preset playlist, and I can make 1 to 2 adjustments per hour.
I told you I used to want to do radio. Like that's what I was like. I would love to go into radio. I wanted to play music and all that stuff. And then I found out.
Yeah.
I found out that it's not the on-air personality doesn't get to do that. So you got to be a program director, and then you got to. It all comes down to what marketing and like the market that you're in and all that stuff and what's really hot and all that. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to do any of that.
So we have a little more freedom at the ranch because we are a independent station.
Right.
But you go across town over to Dallas, like iHeart, those stations, you hear a listener request, like the phone call. Mm-hmm. They do what we call banking phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
And so when the song's coming up, they're like, oh, I've got a phone call for that, Kiki D Love Me song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they just keep with what they want. They just pull the caller that asked for it.
Yeah, it could have been a month ago. It could have been 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Secrets of the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It'd be a whole segment. Secrets of the radio with Ben Ryan.
Just keep giving me whiskey. I'll tell you everything.
So on Twitch, maybe this will help. I'm sitting next to a mediocre vegetable that is huge with the vegans and fit fam folk. Does that still not help?
I did an unboxing for FabFitFun unboxing video.
Oh, Tammy does. Tammy does.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a subscription box.
So my friend out in California, Vanessa, she actually used to do the marketing for FabFitFun. And she was like, we're trying to break that Texas market. And it was around Mother's Day, and they wanted somebody who was of local, whatever status to do an unboxing and try to convince people to buy the subscription for their wives, girlfriends, mothers for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So my friend Kel Moreland, it's not his real name, by the way, but Kale. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's
Kale.
favorite. Yeah. We did an unboxing together. We had to do like 8 takes because he kept saying things that would, it's California. There's certain things you got to be careful saying.
California.
But yeah, so I have a feeling that might be Coco Courtney.
Okay.
Yes. She knows Robin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, very
Did she
cool.
just move out there? Or?
What is Long Island?
Long John.
Long John. How was
Long
that?
John.
How's that?
Okay.
That's our buddy John John.
Hey,
I need new
congrats on
glasses.
getting engaged, by the way.
Yeah, congrats.
on getting engaged,
My
bud.
dude.
The Oktoberfest is
Another one
great.
bites the dust.
Yeah, it's really delicious.
I already
much
finished
things
mine.
from,
Super smooth. Like it's exactly what you want around this time when it's still kind of hot, but you just want like a good smooth Oktoberfest beer because some of them just hit a little different, right?
Yeah.
They're too caramely
Yeah.
or something, but it's real nice.
If you mix it with Celebrate, the birthday cake, see, I'm all about the
Don't tempt
mixing.
me with a good time.
Hey, so what's Panther Island doing for Oktoberfest other than with the beer?
Well, I do have a flyer here.
Heyo.
I came a little prepared. I was like, hey guys, I need something to talk about with Panther Island. Shout out to Johnny D. Michael, one of the owners, and Ryan McWhorter's sister. She sent me this. We got an 80s trivia night next week. We've got not goat, but yoga. We used to have goat yoga.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah,
That's right.
Let's see. Today, live tunes. Marcus McDaniel, food truck, Smoking Cactus. Friday, the 24th, Smoking Cactus, food truck. Pretty good. Have you ever had Magdalene's? I think that's how you say it.
Magdalena's,
I think so.
the Supper Club people.
Maybe.
Probably not.
I don't know.
You have to like book it in
Wait,
advance, and it's like this weird.
So it's the chef from that.
Oh,
He has a
maybe
food
it is
truck.
then.
Yeah, Smoking Cactus.
He was was that the guy over there that was at Rabbit Hole because he was wearing a Magdalena's shirt.
No,
I don't know if
the
he
other
was
night.
maybe.
No. That was just a
Just a dude.
that dude might work.
Smoking Cactus.
Interesting.
Smoking Cactus. It's pretty good. He I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I don't know how legal it is, but he had venison and elk
That's
meat.
legal.
I don't think he bought it.
I think you can do whatever you want as long
Yeah, it's fine.
as you do whatever you want.
I have
Exactly.
I have a permit, and so this,
I can do what I want.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that works.
So we have the Rocky Horror Picture Show movie night on Halloween.
ooh,
That'll be
nice.
fun.
That would be fun.
Saw it for my first time last year, bartending that.
I've still never watched
I've
it
never
all the way
seen it.
through.
Oh man, and you gotta dress up and you gotta sing and
And you gotta
dance.
dance.
and all
That's a
that
good thing to
stuff.
do for Halloween.
But let's be real, that movie is a little rapey.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I watched it and I was like, what the hell?
It didn't age well.
No.
It's funny
but-
how cult classics and even like some old songs, you actually listen or pay attention to them, and you're like, "Oh shit, that's not okay." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have an Alzheimer's fundraiser that's going
cool.
on Saturday, the 26th of October. Let's see what else. Halloween Lardy. We call parties Lardies. Friday,
Jojo says
October
Lardy
15th,
on. Okay.
we have Chattahoochee playing.
Chattahoochee.
Which
Isn't
is
that Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wear brush poppers and everything. I mean, it's going to get country and Western, both types.
Very cool.
So a lot
So
of cool
a lot of
stuff
stuff
going
going
on.
on at Panther Island Brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. I really do want to check out the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That'd be a good time. Last time we went, we saw the drag show.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. It was
I
hilarious.
bartended that last weekend.
Oh, really?
First time seeing a drag show,
Yeah.
and it was insane. The craziest thing is my blind friend came, and he was at the bar, and one of the queens walked by and was just like looking at him and didn't realize he was blind, and was like, are you gonna tip me or not? And they just walked by, and I was like, no, he's blind. He's blind. He didn't drive either. He works for the IRS. How's that make you feel? Love you, Cody.
So many things are making sense now.
That's why I got audited 5 times last year.
Yeah, no shit. That's hilarious. So coming from radio, which one of the three of us do you think has a better radio? No, you know what? Let me take that back. Tim's definitely got the better radio voice, I think.
Yeah.
So how would you place the three of our voices? If you had to put us on air, what would we be doing based on our voices? I know that's a real weird question.
Promotions, handing out T-shirts.
Individually.
I'm kidding.
Individually.
You'd be talking.
Cleaning toilets.
That's what you do on the radio.
No, I think y'all actually the three y'all have a really good dynamic and chemistry. So y'all work well together. Y'all could do a talk show. As far as how your voice sounds,
Complete shit.
have you heard the Church of Laszlo
No.
on 103.7? They're the afternoon show. Guy sounds like he's eating something the whole time he's talking. I mean,
Yeah.
they're nationally syndicated. He has no clue who I am, so I can say it. But it's, if certain people I've heard on the radio can talk
Yeah.
like myself, anybody can do it. I mean,
I don't know. You got a great voice.
You do.
You got a great voice for it.
Well,
They usually say you have a face for radio, but you have a face for TV, and
my mom said I was handsome enough to do TV.
you're one handsome son bitch.
Well, thank you.
He just didn't want to. He didn't want to, show up anybody else. So he stuck with radio.
Hold
No,
me closer, Tony Danza.
That's how I always sing it. No, I really think that y'all could actually have a talk show, probably not on terrestrial radio because y'all would
definitely
get
not.
FCC letters all the time.
Oh, Javier. I mean, mostly Javier.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, and we would be using the dump button way too much, where there wouldn't be any show.
But you
Fun
could
fact,
we're perfect.
we don't have a dump or delay.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. So I actually one night I was doing the weather and I actually called my boss. I was like, hey, this went out over the air. I was trying to say, hang on, let me think about it. Patchy fog. I got the F and the P mixed. And somebody called, they're like, did you really just say that? And I go, what are you talking about? They're like, you said this. And I was like, no, I didn't. And so I went and I pulled I went and pulled an air check and I go, oh shit.
I did say that, in fact.
I called my PD. I was like, hey, this is what went out over there. He's like, Anybody call and complain? I said, nobody called and complained. They just told me what I said. And I was like, and he goes, all right, cool. Whatever.
So I have to actually be at my job, before we became encrypted, the FCC still governs all of our radios and stuff too. Mm-hmm. And you have to be careful what you say over the radio as well. And it's recorded and all that stuff. It can come back and bite you in the ass. There was a local dispatcher that came off. He was dispatching a smell of gas in the area, and he dispatches a smell of gash.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you guys be like, he said, smells like shit.
No, but you go out in the country though. You go out in the middle of nowhere, and you'll get these guys out there and be like, "Yeah, fucking lightning struck the oil tower over here or whatever." And you're just like, I guess they don't care about what you say over here, but like in the city, it's a big no.
Wow. One of my very good friends is he started as just a firefighter paramedic, and actually we used to live together, but now he's a battalion chief. And so like
he's fancy guy.
Yeah, he's real fancy. But he was telling me a couple of things. He's like, man, I can't go any higher because you got to be so PC. Like you got to be careful what you say, and like I want to tell my guys, X, Y, Z, and I can't talk to him like that anymore. So he's not going to move up anymore. He said, I'm done moving.
It's funny how that works. Like you find this level and you're like, I'm going to keep going, right? And then you finally hit this level and you're like, you know what? I'm good, just because this would be so much more work. Like having to like change the way I talk and the things that I say.
Anything you post, you can't, just like with work.
These days, anything you post
will
get you canceled.
Yep.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, gone are the days of Norm Macdonald. I mean, his hilarity was just, I've been like, even before he passed, like I'd watch hours. Like I'd be in the shower and I put like best of Norm Macdonald and watch all of his stuff. I think I saw a video today of like 35 minutes of Norm bashing OJ.
I watched one. Yeah, I watched. It was 35 minutes of like why Norm is not allowed to do the weekend updates.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
And it was just like him bashing OJ the whole time.
I mean, even if you told the doghouse joke, you'd still get canceled. Yeah. And I was actually just listening to that the other day.
That's funny.
It really was.
So do you want to jump into this little game thing and see if we can
right into
let's see if we can answer these.
Let's jump inside.
Now that Javier's trying to get me drunk.
All right.
Yep.
So off air, we came up with names for what your safe words that you wanted to call in as. So Chad, yours was
Putin.
Ben?
Recyclops.
And Javier?
Dongle.
Okay.
Emphasis on the dong.
Dongle.
The way the game's going to work is I've got, for round one, it's 10 intros to country. And I think it's something that everybody should be able to pick up on and know. If you know the song name, we're going to give you half a point. If you know the song and the artist name, it's a whole point. Or if you just get the artist, it's half a point. So
now, when you say country, what are you talking about? Like modern day Nashville country?
I'm going to put this around like probably closer to like the 90s, and then maybe some one or two older like outlaw.
Okay.
All right. So let's just start with. Let me cue this up. Make sure my
you got to say your safe word.
You got to say your safe word. Whoever says it first gets the answer.
Got it.
And then it can go on to the next person.
All right.
All right. So here's the first one.
Dongle.
I forgot to say safe word.
All right, Javier.
It's Neon Moon.
That is correct. Do you want to just go for half a point or?
Oh, is it George Strait?
Or, that is incorrect, man.
Or
you're done with that one. So anybody want to?
Garth Brooks?
No.
What?
Recyclops. Brooks and Dunn.
All right, so Javier gets a half point.
Holy shit. I think I got some. They're going to be in town tonight, this weekend or something like that, or soon. Brooks and
Dunn or Dunn and Brooks?
Dunn and Brooks.
Dunn and Brooks is actually a local Brooks and Dunn cover band. Tribute band.
Tribute. You can't say cover. That's what Jesus taught me.
They make a lot of money.
They do.
All right, so
Brooks and Dunn? That was Brooks and Dunn?
Brooks and Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks and Dunn. A lot. As soon as you said it, he just like
he like scoffed at me.
I'm sorry.
You don't know.
You got whiskey in there. It's early. What time is it? And I got
damn early.
All right. Okay.
Whiskey in me.
Next one.
Putin. Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks.
That is correct.
Full point.
That is correct.
Let's do
Yeah, what are we doing, Tim? I don't
Now, mind you, this is done by somebody else who's playing.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not going to be the
Recyclops?
original. Okay, go for it.
Wait, maybe not. Okay. Write this down.
Yeah,
King George?
that is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct. Take shirt off. Help me study. Recyclops. The dance, Garth Brooks.
That is correct.
Man.
I don't know any of these songs.
Yeah.
I only knew the.
I met him.
Did you?
Did you?
And Trisha.
Is he really nice?
Oh man, really? You met Trisha?
Jesse was
Oh,
freaked
yeah.
out.
Okay, so yeah, my girlfriend loves Trisha.
So-
wants to meet Trisha so bad.
She was a sweetheart. She gave me an oven mitt.
Oh, that's adorable.
And Garth walks in and goes, "Hi, I'm Mr. Yearwood," and sits down, takes off his shoe, and starts scratching his foot.
I love it.
I kid you not.
I love
And then
it.
we talked about college football.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's awesome.
Didn't you say that Jesse? That's what Jesse said. He calls himself.
No. He always calls Trisha Mrs. Yearwood. Like that's how he introduces her, and that's what he. Whenever he's talking about her, he said Mrs. Yearwood. So
That's awesome.
that's so
That's
fun.
so cool.
Just sits down and scratches.
Scratches his
Yeah.
things.
Foot shoe off, just start scratching. I'm like, you need some cream?
He smells it.
Recyclops,
Okay.
Merle Haggard,
Yeah,
Mama Tried.
that is correct.
This game's fucking rigged. I don't even.
It's Throwback Thursday on the ranch. Recyclops. Now, do you want the original or do you want whose version that is?
Man, if you want to give me
4 extra points.
if you
Tennessee
wanna give both,
whiskey.
okay, yeah,
So the original writer is Dean Dillon.
okay.
The first person that recorded it was David Allan Coe. That's Chris Stapleton.
Wow.
Dude, he just cleaned up with a bunch of points there.
That's not even. This isn't even fun. I know.
And fun
I
facts.
have half a point.
Dean Dillon's picture is on the wall at Magnolia Motor Lounge.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I got to meet him one night. Only thing he said to me was, "Can I borrow your knife? I don't like wristbands." I was like, "Yeah,
Yes, sir. Here you go.
that's it."
Nice.
Oh, Recyclops.
Okay.
He's just jamming it.
It's like I forgot we're playing a game.
Dwight Yoakam. Right?
Yeah.
Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
No, you get half points. Anybody want to try to
Dang it.
steal that? So you can think of if you can think of a Dwight Yoakam song, you got
I don't know
chances.
any Dwight Yoakam.
Liquid Death.
Nope, that's wrong, and you don't have one. It was Guitars and Cadillacs.
That's it. Okay. Not a huge Dwight fan, to be honest with you.
He's an actor,
How
right?
dare you.
He's also an actor.
How?
Yeah, he was in Safe Room.
dare you.
Safe Room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
Was
He
he?
was also in Sling Blade.
No,
Mustard
Yeah.
biscuit.
Was
chum.
yeah, but he was. Yeah, he plays Safe Room. He plays a really creepy dude. He's in also
Yes.
12 Heads in a Duffel Bag, I think, or something like that.
Oh, the one Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
So these are pretty old movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe Pesci had an album when he was a kid.
I think
Was
I
it Joe
remember
Pesci?
hearing.
Yeah, Little Joe Sure Can't Sing, I think.
I think that was.
Or
We're gonna have to look that
He was
up.
older. He was older when he had an album, I think.
well, Will Shatner just put out an album
But he's had.
He does a lot of
just-
with
spoken
Brad
word, yeah.
Paisley
With
and
what?
one of the Jonas Brothers.
What?
That's weird.
Dude's like 105 years old.
He's an old motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's like 85, right?
90.
90 years
I
old.
believe he's 90 years
Yeah.
old.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker ages like.
Yeah, we just finished watching Big Bang Theory, and William Shatner was on there, and Jesse got on there. Was like, "How old is he?" She's like, "He's 90 years old."
Yeah, he's
After this game, JoJo's requesting another dirty joke of the day.
okay. I can do that.
All right,
Recyclops,
okay,
Johnny Cash,
Yeah,
yep,
Folsom Prison Blues.
that is correct.
I did know that one. I forgot. I've missed out on so many of these. I forgot what my safe word was.
What's your safe word?
It's Putin.
Okay,
I know now.
Recyclops.
How? It didn't even get started yet.
That's Alan Jackson.
yeah.
Damn it. Oh man, I had Chattahoochee in my head. I know
That's
it's not that.
actually it.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it started out a little different.
Hang on.
I think maybe my PD cut part of the intro off. There it is. Yeah.
God damn it, man. I mean, you listen to this all day. I mean,
Okay, calm down.
Well, we don't actually normally play that kind of music.
Yeah. No.
No, we play more, Texas country, red dirt,
Yeah.
Americana.
It's a quality. The dongle.
Cyclops. Oh.
Okay, dongle.
Fuck! I just requested Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
I got friends in low places.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Because I requested this in Tennessee for that guy to play, and he's like, "That's right, brother. This is it."
Were you watching Hulk Hogan?
And Javier's like, "This is the one song I know."
Let me tally this up
Nailed
real
it.
quick. So Javier's got a total of 1.5
points.
You're gonna
Chad's
beat
got
me?
1 point.
Yes.
And Ben's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in 2 halves that makes 9.
Oh, okay.
God damn it! You said that there'd be other songs.
There are going to be other songs. So that was round 1. So Ben won that round.
Okay. All right.
And now we go into what I consider the alternative
Okay,
rock.
here we go.
I'm gonna win this one.
Redemption,
Okay.
motherfuckers.
You should. Yeah, I think most people. I mean, if you listen to this stuff from like, I would say this probably like late '90s, early 2000s.
Lick my toes, everyone.
Okay, just play the damn music, fool.
Play the fucking track.
Turn my headphones up.
Okay.
That is Korn.
Okay.
Freak on a Leash.
Nope. Anymore?
All day I dream about sex.
Nope. Do we need to play it one more time for you?
Play it. I didn't really listen to a lot of Korn growing up. I don't know.
That's Korn Blind.
Okay.
Okay, so Chad, that's a half point for you.
Okay, now I'm tied with Javier.
All right, so next one here.
Dongle.
Okay.
Fat Lip. Sum 41.
That is correct.
That was quick.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
I love, like, I have a playlist full of, like, 90s alternative music.
I do too.
It's fucking phenomenal.
That's what I listen to when I ride my bike.
I like that. It's, like, really fast-paced, like, pumps you up music.
You've gotten really into cycling.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Dropped
Yeah,
60
man.
pounds. doing
I
that.
love the look.
Congratulations,
Your
man.
transformations have been fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Congrats.
A lot of work. And Recyclops.
Okay.
Blink 182.
Cut him off completely.
What an asshole,
Screw
Tim.
your weight loss. Let's get back to the game, asshole.
Blink 182. Small things.
All the small things, I'll give it to
all
you.
the small
Yeah.
things.
I'll give it to you. What a
asshole.
dick.
So anyways, you want to go on about your
No,
your-
not anymore.
We talked about this.
Throw into another song.
So how are you doing today?
All right.
Dongle. Semisonic closing time.
That is correct.
Whee!
Is it cheesy that I play that whenever I close the brewery and it gets down to 10 o'clock and I'll just be like,
Everybody does it, man.
You're just like Andy whenever he plays that. He's like, you don't got to go
I
home,
know
but you got to
who
get
I
there.
want to take me home.
Do you do the dance?
Yeah,
Nice.
with a bar towel.
Very nice.
Yeah, it gets dirty.
Just keeps getting better.
Oh, Dongle.
Oh, that was a tie off right there.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Go
You're
ahead.
Losing. You're losing. You're losing. Go. Bitch.
You got 5 seconds.
I forgot.
Javier,
Wonderwall Oasis.
that is correct.
What a fool.
You really messed me up there, bud. I knew it.
What a loser.
I hate this game.
Recyclops. No.
I think he got it.
Tenacious D.
Okay.
Good job.
Wonder Boy.
No,
Mm-mm.
No?
you got half of it. You want
Oh,
to
shit.
steal?
It's the other one.
Tribute.
That is correct.
That's the one.
That comes up on my playlist. Like
Yeah.
all Tenacious D comes up on that playlist.
It's because
That's
we
weird.
talked about it.
Tenacious D's great.
Yeah, talk about anything pops up on your phone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Dude, no shit. Hold on. You got to stop because this shit was crazy.
Okay.
So on
Okay,
this
okay,
last
okay.
episode, Tim was talking about how like
Vaginas,
blow
right?
drying
your balls.
nether regions. And so Tab, my wife, was watching us on Twitch at home, right? She's just like walking around the house doing chores and stuff like that and watching us on Twitch. Then she sits down and pulls open Facebook, and one of the first ads was this picture of a blow dryer specifically meant for like your nether regions. And it had like this nozzle and stuff on it. She's like, someone's listening to us. Like someone, like, I don't know if it's like Alexa or what, but she's like, this has never popped up. And y'all just got done talking about this on the podcast. That shit's crazy. I don't know how. Is that not weird?
It's the government, man.
What brand was it?
Where do you purchase?
Amazon?
All right.
Very weird.
Oh, Recyclops.
Okay.
Terrible band. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
I do not like them. But in my defense, my roommate plays that band nonstop, and I'm just like,
Do you happen to know the name of the song?
no. Dang it. It's not Californication.
It is
not. Yep. Don't know the name.
Go for it.
Under the Bridge?
That is correct.
I don't ever want to feel.
Not a big. So you're not. It's just because it's been played too much, or you just didn't get into it.
I think they're great musicians, but I think all their music sounds the same.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
agree.
Like the composition and like instrumentation is great, but I don't like their.
You know, JoJo's been saying that about all the singer songwriters of Fort Worth. They all sound the same.
Yeah. He did say that.
Yeah, he did say that.
It's kind of rude, JoJo. Recyclops. Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
Machine. Killing in the Name of?
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, we got two more.
Okay.
Recyclops.
Okay.
Foo Fighters Pretender.
That is correct.
Damn it.
Man,
I love Foo Fighters.
Really
Me
bad
too.
at this.
I wish we would have seen that. We were supposed to go to Bonnaroo, and I really wanted to see. They put on a great show.
They were the number one for me.
I've never seen them, but I want to see them.
Yeah.
Javier, you've seen him once?
I saw him once
Yeah.
in Oklahoma whenever he had his leg broken, and he had a throne, like the Game of Thrones throne, full of guitars. It was really fucking
That's
badass.
awesome.
And we're
Do you
so
see
close.
where they made fun of the people protesting?
Yes, the Westboro Baptist
I
Church
can't-
people.
What was his band,
They
though?
dressed up like country people, and
Yeah.
they were in the back of that truck, and they were like,
So he does. Well, they do. He's got a separate band that does like it's a tribute band, and they play him and his drummer, and sometimes it's his full band, but they'll go out and do like whatever. God, I can't remember what the band is, but they do just tributes of this one band. It's ridiculous.
What do you think about Queens of the Stone Age?
I'm not super familiar with them. I use one of their songs as a bet on the air. Like, they're all right.
I mean, like it's supposed to be like a super band, right? I mean,
No,
no,
it's not. No, it just had Dave Grohl playing drums in that one song.
Yeah. He's not even on there
Yeah.
all the time.
no. He was only there for that
Yeah,
one album.
not a super band.
Song.
No,
Oh.
but like
You got shot down.
I know, right?
what is it?
You okay?
I'm not. Fuck you guys. Fuck you assholes. Sons of bitches.
No,
I walk in this afternoon, and the first thing Javier says is like, "Where are the beers?" No one asked me to
You
bring
immediately,
beers.
you immediately get berated.
Just
Yeah.
straight
Well,
up.
because I was like, we need beers for Ben. Like, we need beers for Ben. And like, you always bring beer.
I like that.
Why do I always have
It
to?
sounds
bring
like
the beer?
it's like Toys for Tots. We need beers for Ben.
Or like donuts with dad, or something like
Scott's
that.
Tots.
Scott's. No, we do not talk about Scott's Tots there. That's the one thing we do not talk about. I haven't seen that episode.
Do you skip over that one?
I skip over
It's
it.
too cringy for
It
you.
is way too cringy.
Yeah,
It's very
bad.
cringy. It's pretty bad,
God.
but
Oh,
you got to
man.
power through.
Before we get into the last
Sorry.
song, but before we get into it, can I just add? My favorite episode is whenever he wakes up to like he likes to smell of bacon. He has a burn in his foot on the George Foreman. That's because I too love to wake up to the smell of bacon.
And
so.
then whenever they had that thing, whose bachelor, Bob Vance's bachelor party, it was
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
what was it, Bob? Bob. So what do you do for?
What line of
a
work are you in?
Well, whenever they make the steaks and he's using the George Foreman grill, and Ryan asks him, "Is that the grill you burned your foot on?"
All right, so for the final one, maybe Chad. You're not going to recover, but give it your best.
No, he's not.
Silence. Putin.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Yeah. You got that.
Come as you are.
Yeah, you got that. All right. So that concludes that. So the clear winner has been with Javier.
Obviously.
I don't think it's clear. I think that I did pretty good.
No, you
I put
didn't.
Up a, I
No,
put up
you
a fight
didn't.
for sure.
No.
So Ben came in with 13. Javier's got
God, he had fucking 13. Jesus Christ.
It's a lucky number.
Javier's 4.5, and Chad is 1, 2, 3.5.
Very cool.
So
Huzzah.
I'll take it.
Huzzah.
That's
I'm
three better
actually-
than I thought I would do.
I figured you would have had some of that '90s country stuff because I mean you do like Garth and you like George Strait.
My deal is I could probably sing like the lyrics for every single one of the songs that you played. Although I'm not good with like names of songs for sure, and roughly band names too. Like I'm just not good at that game. So I'm sorry to let everyone down.
So if you want to hear some great music, remember we were talking about the bars?
Yes.
Spark Sports Bar. They have karaoke night on Saturday nights. It's not really that good. But there is a guy that goes in there and he does Hit Me Baby One More Time in the key of death metal.
Ooh,
nice.
So it's very interesting.
I'd love to hear that.
I've heard there was a guy that does one of those like it's like an Adam Sandler song that he does at Yups. I've heard him do it several times.
Is it the Hanukkah song?
Sloppy Joe.
No, it's talking about like beating your meat and
Yeah, I forgot what that one was called.
man, I can't even remember that one.
Beating
either.
Sounds like his searches.
It does.
Yeah, back to Javier's stuff.
Mom porn. Oh, no.
Dustin Massey does a good Hit Me
He
Baby
does
One
do
More
it.
Time.
Baby
Yeah, he
one
does,
time.
yeah.
He does really good.
Heard that. So you specifically went to school for broadcasting, correct?
I did.
Yeah.
And my school went bankrupt halfway through.
That's
True story.
Yeah.
Yep. I got interviewed by, I forget his first name, but his last name is Colgate. He was a reporter on, I think, NBC5, maybe?
Yeah, the family of the toothpaste, right?
Yeah,
Toothpaste?
sure.
Yeah, toothpaste.
Conglomerate?
Of the Colgate Empire?
Yes.
Yeah. It was an awful interview. Like, he's like, so how did you feel whenever you found out they went bankrupt and they closed the doors? I was like, that's pretty hot.
What?
You should have
That's
played it
pretty
up. Be
hot.
like, what do you mean they closed the doors? Like, act like you had no idea.
Wait, what? No, it was actually pretty crazy whenever we found out because they split it up in two different, I guess, semesters, if you will.
Yeah.
So you start with radio, and the second part was television. So we took our radio final, which was doing like a mock morning show.
Okay.
And we all did pretty great. And then we went to this bar called Champs out in Las Colinas and keep up the good work. Oh, thanks.
Who's Buttfucker 3000?
You just never know who's going to show up. Buttfucker 3000 is there to chat.
but they think that we've got a great podcast, so appreciate you.
I'm sorry, Buttfucker got me in.
He was having a straight up conversation, just like looking up.
I saw the look on his face, and I was like, "What the hell happened?"
And boys, that's the end of the show. We can't compete with that.
Yeah,
He can't compete with
good
Buttfucker
Lord.
3000.
Good Lord.
Sorry.
sounds like something else you'd find on your Pornhub search.
Maxed out the mic here. I got to tell myself, don't laugh into the mic.
Now we're all into tears.
So, Buttfucker 3000 was the one that came into school, and that's why we closed.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
No, so they went bankrupt.
Wow.
And we finished our final, and we were at this place called Champs. We're all having drinks, and like we're sitting around. There's like, I don't know, 20, 30 of us, and all our phones at one time. Don't come to class next week. Doors are shut. We're closed. We're like, what? And what's crazy is the school director actually walked in and told us how great we're doing. And then he walked out, and I found out that when he walked out of there, he went straight to DFW Airport, got on an airplane to go to Florida for his new operations manager position at a radio station.
What
I'm
a piece
out.
of shit.
Yeah, they took our money and went.
That's fucking.
Thanks, Connecticut School of Broadcasting, in your satellite location in Las Colinas.
Wow.
Good Lord,
Yeah.
did that guy ever get fired from his new job because
I would
of
hope
what
so.
he did?
He reached out to me later on. It's like, man, I saw you're doing great in radio. I was like, yeah, I'm doing okay. But yeah, screw you.
But yeah,
Oh,
thanks for letting me down.
Go eat a bunch of farts.
Yeah, I mean, he's in Florida. I like to play a game on the air. It's like I tell a really weird story. I'm like, is it Florida or Russia?
That's actually really good.
That's great.
All right, so coming from like a just general music, I had this question, and I've asked people about this before, but is Tool, the band Tool, our generation's version of Rush? Or maybe like the generation, just like maybe like Gen X's version of Rush? And I ask this because it seems like you've got people who are so into that that kind of more syncopated rhythms, the weird sounds and all that stuff. And you've got a huge following of Tool. Then you had, Grateful Dead of 1965, bit huge following. Fish, 1983 is whenever they came on the scene, huge following. Rush, 68, again, huge following, right? It's like Tool's got this, like, if they wanted to, I think they could do like a whole, like, almost like Deadhead type festival, and they would sell out because everybody's just so obsessed with Tool.
I think so. I mean, I like Tool.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people that don't, but I also knew a guy back in San Angelo. He had Tool tattooed on his arm.
Right.
Like, he was diehard fan.
Which, and you see, like, but you see that with like the Grateful Dead people too, the Deadheads, and you see that with Fish fans and all that stuff too. So I just got to thinking about it because my sister's brought this up. She's like, she doesn't really care for Tool, but she's of the generation more of like Rush, and she's like, Tool's just Rush. It's just your generation of Rush.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever heard Rush. I don't think I've heard a single song from Rush.
Really?
Tom Sawyer.
You've heard you have.
You've heard Tom
I mean, maybe
Sawyer.
on a movie or something.
I'm sure you have.
Have you ever
Tom
seen
Sawyer.
I Love You Man or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
With Paul Rudd and what's his name?
They do a whole
Slap in
lot
the
of
bass.
Slap of the Bass Man.
do a whole lot of Rush there.
I can say possibly. Honestly, I don't really know.
I don't know either.
I know that doesn't answer your question.
No, but it struck
What
me.
a weird fucking question, Tim.
It's a good question, a weird question, but a good one.
Is ABBA the Rush of 2000 and come on?
No, but it just struck me as like, so I was talking to my sister about like, I want to see Tool, and I've never seen them. I've seen A Perfect Circle, and that was awesome, but I'd love to go see Tool. And she's like, yeah, Tool's just Rush. It's just your version of Rush. That's all it is. It's just this. And I'm like, so I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, it seems like every generation's kind of got like this one generational band that's,
I think Tool is a little more like, it's hard to, I don't know how to put it. They're more methodic.
Yeah.
If that's a word? Because if you think about the song Lateralis.
yeah.
And the Fibonacci sequence. Like, if you look at that whole record and that song and just the way that they put the record together, like, they put a lot of thought in how to put that together.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I don't know, it's hard to compare them, but I mean, I could see that. There's people that love Rush, there's people that hate Rush.
Yeah.
There's people that love Tool, there's people that hate
I think
Tool.
it's more of just like the prog rock style versus this kind of like, I mean, it's
Power
considered
Man
alternative,
3000
but
or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I love.
It's related to Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it's his brother.
It's crazy.
It goes. The lead singer Spider One, I think, is what his name is, or whatever. Yeah.
I worked with a guy named, his name was Dan Webb. He's like, call me Spider with a Y. I'm like, I'm going to call you Spider Dan Man.
I'd rather not. Do I have to say with a Y every time, or
Spider with a
is
Y.
that implied?
I worked with a guy that he told everybody to call me Grizz. Or like his name had nothing to do with Grizzlies or anything. So. Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty sweet name. It's
Is it-
better than Spider.
Well, I mean, can you give yourself your own
Did he
nickname?
like grilled cheeses and jizz?
He might have. That might have been where
Not
it came
together, but separately.
from. That might have been where it came
Jokes
from.
on you. He liked them together.
That's where the name came from.
I mean,
It's not mayo.
Came from.
can you give yourself your own nickname? Like, is that
No.
cool? Like, you have it should be something earned, right?
Yes.
No.
Earned?
No, it has to be earned or given to you.
Yeah.
You can't give yourself. My first radio name was Super Ben, and I hated it. But it was given to me because when something went down, I was able to fix it. And so the jocks that I was producing their show were like, "Oh, Super Ben." I hated it though. It was so stupid.
When did you do that transition? When did you leave Superman?
Whenever I went to San Angelo, they said Super Ben sounds very cocky, and I go, "Thank God, I want to change this name." And yeah, shout out to Ryan McBride. And that's where Ben Ryan came from. Shocker, Ben Ryan's not my real name.
Holy shit!
Let's tag him.
We just solved the mystery here. Mind blown.
I know the piece.
I
Man,
feel
you're like revealing a lot behind.
You really are. Is it the
radio.
whiskey? It's the whiskey.
Give it a little more. I'm really
Jokes
enjoying
on
this.
you. There's
I like
rubies
to have
in
fun.
there.
I mean, they're not going to find me. I'm not going to tell you my real name.
I feel like you have to do that though. You have to change your name and drop.
His
all
name
that
is
just
his
because.
real name is Lucifer Johnson.
Ben Ruffalo.
Yeah, he's related to Mark. They're brothers.
Yeah, you could tell in the
It's
face.
actually John Stamos. I actually wrote him in one time on a presidential ballot.
really.
Oh, I thought you said wrote. I thought like you wrote him a letter, and I was
No.
getting really invested in that story. It's like, did he write you back?
No,
That's
he-
sad.
Oh.
His manager's like, "We did it, John. Somebody actually wrote you in for president of the United States." He's a handsome son of a bitch, that Johnson.
What's funny is like everybody at the ranch, they go by their real names
Yeah.
except for me.
I'd be afraid that you'd get somebody that just is obsessed with listening to how you talk on the radio or whatever, and they'd look you up and they'd start calling you and they'd try to find you.
I had a death threat.
Ooh.
Man.
Guy was going to come down and shoot me in the face, but we have bulletproof glass in the studio.
If you haven't been downtown Fort Worth, which I'm sure that you have, you can see them do their work, right? Right
We're
through
in a
the glass,
fishbowl.
right off the road, right in Sundance Square, right?
Across from Razoo.
Whenever I was in high school, I crawled underneath the window, and I don't know who it was that was broadcasting, but I crawled underneath, so I never saw anybody come up. And I just popped up and made this weird face, and the dude like lost his, like he started laughing, and it like I'm sure, I don't know if he was on air or not at the time, but he just started laughing. He couldn't stop, but it was just out of nowhere.
So, what's the blues festival going down? I made the commercial. I can't remember the name. Rhythm and Blues.
River and Blues.
River and Blues. Yeah. So there's a local musician by the name of Summer Dean. She's playing it, and she came in for an interview one time, and she's asking me, she's like, "Has anybody ever like flashed you or anything in the studio?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like this one lady walked up, looked around the studio. I'm live on the air, and she just one boob, just one. And she's like, "Oh, party tit." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you're not good enough for two.
Yeah, I was like,
gotta pay
"Wait,
for the
what's the
second
other one look like?"
They
But
called
no,
it party tit?
she called it a party tit.
Yeah, you never heard that?
No, I never
I
have.
haven't either.
I'd never heard that before.
Heard that?
I love party tits.
No, it's just
No, just
one.
tits.
It's just one.
Party
It's
tits.
tits.
I love party
Just
tits.
one.
Just singular
Give me the tit.
of the party flavor.
But actually, who was it that didn't believe in ghosts on the
What?
podcast?
I don't believe in
probably me.
ghosts.
I have audio recordings.
Oh, dude, I totally know that place is haunted. So,
I have-
little known fact about that area. I love Fort Worth history, but so where the what is that restaurant now that's over there in downtown?
Oh, the one?
Shoot, Cheesecake Factory. It took
Oh,
over.
yeah.
That building used to be the original John Peter Smith Hospital.
Really? I didn't
Way
know that.
back. So where JPS stands now is not what JPS is. And across from JPS, where it is now, was another hospital. It was actually owned by the railroad. They tore that down. But the original county hospital wasn't John Peter Smith. Just the county hospital was in that building. And that place
So,
is freaking haunted.
Let's go back to these audio recordings because what is it? Just a sound like in the background of something falling? Or is it like someone
No.
saying, "Hey, Ben, I'm a ghost"?
If I forward you an email, can you play it over?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Hey, Ben, it's me, the ghost.
No, they literally say my name.
Bullshit.
All right.
This is bullshit.
Buttfucker 3000, what are your opinions on this?
Okay, so in the meantime, another dirty
the
joke.
expert.
While I'm searching this, I'll tell you another dirty joke because JoJo wants one.
Yeah,
Thanks,
he did.
JoJo. What does a puppy and a nearsighted gynecologist have in common?
Dude, I have no idea.
A wet nose.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yummy.
Yeah, I totally believe in the whole ghost thing, and I was actually going to ask you about that because I've heard that building itself, I've heard that it's haunted. So
Okay, I'm going to let you type in your email address.
I still think it's funny. Hey, Ben, it's me, the ghost. I just wanted to tell you that I'm
Don't
real.
tell people about me. So, okay, so the history of the building, it was built in 1901-ish. A woman hung herself on the third floor. She was a prostitute. There is a little kid that hangs out. And I've actually, one of my friends was a Sundance Square security officer. I thought he was messing with me. And I heard somebody in the lobby. And I was like, all right, Josh Ellis, what are you doing? He's now Fort Worth PD. It wasn't him. There was nobody there. And I heard somebody in the lobby. And I was just like, And then I had Mike Stanley. He's kind of local-ish musician. And he was in studio just hanging out, like talking, shooting the breeze. He was on a date trying to impress a girl.
Hanging out. I get it because the reference. No.
all right, so I've got several audio.
So
here.
there's four. So those are two different situations. One is amplified. The other is just regular audio. So start with the.
It says low under. There's one that says ghost _ low under or Lunder MP3. I'll just start with one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me,
Ghost _ this shit is real.
Okay.
Real ghost, hashtag, they're real, hashtag.
They're just an amazing band
Oh,
and
here we
just
go.
really good friends. And they've helped me get comfortable here in the Fort Worth, And so I really got to thank
Did you hear that in the background?
Oh yeah.
Wait, do it again.
Hold on.
Fort Worth, So
Was that it?
Yeah. So there's an amplified version of that. And the thing was, I had an entire full band in studio. Cleet, Bradley, and The Mood. They're local. Cleet and I were the only two that had headphones on. We both heard it in the headphones. Nobody else in the studio heard it.
That's creepy.
Okay, so the other one is actually, so that's from the on-air studio on the ground level.
Yeah.
The other one's from the basement. The other two files I sent you.
And whenever you're ready.
Okay, so play the other one with that similar title. But be sure when the guy starts talking, cut that off pretty quick.
That is right.
You don't want that guy on your show.
Okay. So let me go back to. So we got just a little bit.
And whenever you're ready.
Okay, so that file was about that big on Adobe.
Yeah.
And then the guy talking, his was about that big. And both mics were in front of him, and I just pointed at him. I didn't say anything.
And whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that's not me. That wasn't him.
Ben, whenever you're ready.
So it sounds like they're trying to drag me to the other side, I think.
Holy shit.
Man. See, I'm telling you, weird stuff, right?
It is strange.
The night that I had Cleat in, on that was a Sunday. I used to do a show called the Sunday Send-Off, strictly local artists that didn't get airplay.
Mm-hmm.
That Friday, I had turned on all the mics in the basement studio where that second one was recorded. And I turned them all the way up and hit record on Friday. At 4 a.m. Saturday morning, it got shut off. There should have been nobody in that studio at 4 a.m. Saturday morning. So then on Sunday, I forgot my playlist downstairs. So I went back to get off the printer. I go, and we're talking about how I left those on and I'd messed with them. And I'm going up the stairs and it felt like somebody kicked the back of my foot. I fell up the stairs.
They weren't happy with you trying to capture them.
Nope. And we did have an employee at one point that was agnostic, doesn't believe in anything like that. Well, he believes, he's not sure what he believes. He doesn't work for us anymore. But anyways, he just didn't really think that there was ghosts or anything. And the third floor for the longest time was double deadbolted, and we couldn't go up there. And he was working late, heard high heels going back and forth on that floor. And he goes, "Damn it, shut the fuck up." And they stopped, walked right above him, and just started stomping.
Bull. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I've heard and seen some weird things. Like actually this last week, it came up on a time hop that I was in studio typing an email out, and I felt like somebody was looking at me, and I looked over, and I swear I saw a woman standing in the doorway. And when I looked at her, just gone.
That would freak me out. I've never had an experience like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of bands that won't go in our basement.
No shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, I'm telling you, it's 100% real.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I would have to experience it to really get it, I guess. You know what I mean? Because I trust you, but what if this is bullshit? What if you just threw these together?
You're going to get fingered by a ghost tonight.
I mean, we have paranormal investigators come out and look at everything. It was a really weird night. That was a strange night.
It's interesting though. Whenever you're looking, so like he's talking about using Adobe, and whenever you look at the file and you've got it all in there. I mean, you remember messing with what was that thing that we used to use?
I know what you're talking about. I remember that.
Anyways, you would look at it and you got the waveform, but then like you see where like nobody's really talking or whatever, but you'll have these like little spikes in there, and you're like, okay, what? Typically it's just background noise, but sometimes that's. Them
that is
trying
crazy.
to talk to you.
That is nuts.
And that studio, like if you were to, I mean, y'all are more than welcome to come down and check it out sometime. But that particular studio, like it's sound dampening inside. You shut that door and it feels like it's sucking the sound out of your ears. Like it's very quiet in there.
Yeah, I mean, the bin, whenever you're ready, that was pretty clear. Like,
it was.
That was
Absolutely.
extremely clear. Like, I don't know how that could happen. I mean, because that's exactly what was said. You know what I mean? It was a woman's voice. Right? Like
that's what it sounded like.
A woman's voice, right?
But I mean, you like listen to this one. I mean, it sounded like Ben. I mean, or Pin. You could be asking for a pin.
And he signed a paycheck.
Yeah.
It could also be like maybe like a burp. Like maybe someone's like like that, and then it just kind of came out that way.
Well, the only two that were on the mic were myself and Cleat. And I go, "Did you hear that?" And he goes, "Yeah."
That's weird. That is
Nobody
weird.
else heard it.
That's strange. And that's how. I mean, if you watch any of those ghost shows, that's how it always is. Is like. You're not listening. You don't hear it until you actually go back. But I guess if you're monitoring, that's when you're gonna hear that.
And nobody else in the studio heard it at all.
That's cool.
I mean, I've had my
lucky
strange
you,
experiences too. So
being able to experience something like that.
It's not fun.
Was there like a chill? Was it multiplying?
On occasion, you'll get like just chills. Like you'll be like, because the bathroom's in the basement, basement or second or third floor, and I'd rather go down the stairs, and. You'll be walking down there and just all of a sudden just get chills. and get cold randomly, get hot, all sorts of weird stuff, man. That building is so old. They had the kid that fell down the stairs and died. There's a cowboy that hangs out in the basement, and then there's the woman that hung herself on the 3rd floor.
And all of those those are true things.
From my knowledge, yes.
Huh.
I mean, go back and start looking at like archives and stuff and see if you can find.
Yeah, it's called the Jet Building, JETT.
JETT building.
Yeah.
Tim, go.
Dude, I'm not going to look that up right now, but
Why? Are you busy?
yeah, man.
I'd love to go say. I'd like to go say at a haunted place to see what the experience is like. I mean, I'm sure I'd go in like, all right, well, let's see what this is. Like, it's going to be somebody walking around in chains and whatever.
No, it's not like that, man.
I'd love to experience that.
I'm telling you,
I'd love to have that kind of experience.
the house that I grew up in was 100% haunted. Like, I mean, I experienced weird stuff growing up whenever I was a kid.
Did you always hear moans and
No.
like
So the weirdest, one of the weirdest things was somebody, like I was in the closet, like getting a toy or something whenever I was probably, I think it was like 8 or 9. My mom was outside working in the yard. My dad was at work. My brother and sister are much older than me, and they were moved out.
My neighbor was helping my mom with the yard work.
I remember I was getting something out of the closet.
Miss Lisa. I remember her back in the day. Sorry.
I felt something.
Sister's name's Lisa.
It is, yeah. My sister's name is Lisa. Whoopsie. But I felt something grab my shoulder, like hands down. Like it felt like somebody put their hand on there and just grabbed and gave it and it wasn't like a mean squeeze or anything, but it felt like somebody just squeezed my shoulder. The house was owned by my mom's like best friend's mother, who actually happened to pass away in that house, and that's how we ended up getting the house. So she knew me as a kid. And I'm sure, like, I feel like she's probably still there, and she was also like to joke around and mess with people too. So that's the stories that I got from my mom's best friend and my mom. And man, it freaked me out. But that's, one of like probably like 30 or 40 experiences that I can recall off the top of my head. So
one of our jocks, he actually said, and this is, so our studio has been remodeled. So they added the elevator and all that kind of stuff. But before they renovated like the whole building, one of our jocks said that he felt like somebody like touched him on the arm. And we got home, he had like scratch marks down his arm.
Oh shit!
What?
And it's actually my boss, Shane. But then they were renovating the building, and they were down in the basement. And the contractor said that they had a bundle of PVC pipe, and it just went up in the air and dropped. And they left and wouldn't come back for 3 days.
See? Weird stuff, man.
And before they renovated, the cleaning crew said, we actually talked to him. Like, I was there when we talked to him.
Yeah.
They said that when they cleaned, and they did the same thing at the bank across the plaza. What bank's that? The really old one?
Worthington Bank?
No, yeah, it might be.
I think that's it. But they said that we're like, well, have you ever seen anything? They go, no, we don't look up.
They just keep cleaning.
They just keep their head down, then clean. They don't look up.
Got a job to do. Go.
All right, we will look into it, and maybe we can rig something up to where we go and spend the nights and just.
Can we rent like ghost gear? Like I want to get like all the things. Just like go in there like straight Ghostbuster style.
He's gonna find like something on the internet, and they're gonna send him like Ghostbuster toys from like the.
I had those
80s.
when I was a kid.
Dude,
Yeah, so did I.
I'm gonna
I
catch
love
that bitch in one of those. Like
if we can get
little
proton, if we can get proton packs and a ghost trap,
Don't
man.
cross the stream.
Yeah.
Here's your proton pack. Don't cross the streams.
All right.
Thanks,
Well,
guy. Thanks, mister.
I think we can't get through. I don't think we can get through the rest of this stuff. I mean, we've gone an hour and 37 minutes, and
See, I told you I talk a lot.
yeah.
Hey,
That's
there's nothing-
great.
this has been fun, man. This has been so much fun having you on.
Especially the comments from Buttfucker 3000.
I mean, having you is great, but having him just on the
Yeah.
chat really made my day. So thanks for coming in, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. It's fun.
It really has been a lot of fun. And thanks for the beers. Shout out to Panther Island Brewing for the Oktoberfest beer. Super delicious.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks again to our sponsor, JG Wentworth.
877 cash now.
It's my money and I need it now.
We are not at all sponsored by any of these people that these people say we're sponsored by. If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, thanks for hanging out with us. We'd really appreciate you if you would leave us a like, comment, subscribe. It would help us out a lot. If you don't already do so, you can follow us on all social medias at TikTok, Twitter, We got Facebook. We got Instagram, all at The Funky Panther. You can follow us, subscribe there as well. We'd love to hear from you.
Ben, what's your social medias?
I don't really do a whole lot of Facebook, but Twitter is TheBenRyan and Instagram TheBen_Ryan.
And when are you on?
7 to midnight, Monday through Friday on 95.9 The Ranch, and 3 to 7 Monday through Friday on 106.9 The Ranch in Corsicana.
Very cool.
Huzzah.
So check them out. Awesome having you on. It really has been a treat. So thank you so much. Anything else anyone want to mention?
No.
All right.
Good.
Say good, everybody. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Tim.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Bye.
We out, ya.